1996, Wieliczka, Poland, an underground empire, carved from salt over 700 years, officially ceased its ancient industry. Millions flocked to its accessible chambers, but beneath the curated beauty, a far greater secret remains untouched. They sealed it, and they never explained why. The legacy of this mine is palpable, lingering in the air like the faint scent of salt and coal that still clings to the stone. As visitors wander through the grand, ornate spaces, their footsteps echo off the walls, a reminder that this is a place where the past and present converge. You stand in Wieliczka, a city just outside Krakow, Poland. The location is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, world-renowned for its elaborate underground chapels and sculptures carved entirely from salt. Annually, over 1.8 million visitors descend the Grand Danzil staircase, often taking hundreds of steps. Their eyes are met with breathtaking vistas of salt crystals that shimmer like diamonds in the soft light, while the sound of dripping water provides a haunting melody, a constant reminder of the mine's subterranean existence. The public tour guides individuals down to 135 meters below the surface, traversing three main, meticulously curated levels that include iconic chambers like the Chapel of St. Anthony. The official story claims this is a preserved historical mine, an artistic marvel, demonstrating human ingenuity frozen in time, a testament to centuries of laborious craftsmanship. Here, one can almost hear the whispers of the miners, their tools clinking in the darkness, as they carved a world within the mountain. But here's what they didn't tell you. The Wieliczka Salt Mine actually plunges to 327 meters, a depth comparable to the observation deck of the Eiffel Tower or the 80th floor of the Empire State Building. This staggering verticality stretches far beyond the reach of the public tours, where visitors are kept blissfully unaware of the vast, uncharted territories that lie beneath their feet. The mine's true extent is a labyrinthine network of 9 distinct geological levels, encompassing over 245 kilometers of interconnected corridors that stretch farther than the eye can see. What visitors experience on the public tour is less than half the mine's true vertical depth and a minuscule fraction of its total subterranean length. The official maps distributed to the public stop abruptly at level 3, an arbitrary boundary that conceals the secrets of the deeper recesses. What lies beyond those presented maps, in the vast, unseen majority of this underground world, poses a profound and unsettling question about its true purpose and scale. As one ponders the mysteries of the Wieliczka Salt Mine, the darkness seems to grow thicker, like a palpable presence that watches and waits, its secrets locked deep within the bowels of the earth. But here's what they didn't tell you. The very salt deposits within the mine began forming 13.6 million years ago, a remnant of the ancient Zechstein Sea that once covered this region. Organized mining for this precious rock salt commenced between 1250 and 1290 AD. For centuries, generation after generation of miners slowly hollowed out the immense space using primitive tools and techniques. The accessible tourist route measures only about 3.5 kilometers, merely a curated pathway designed for quick navigation. It showcases a handful of the mine's over 2,000 chambers, neglecting the true, immense geological and engineering scale that exists in the hidden, unadvertised levels. The larger chambers, some exceeding 30 meters in length and 15 meters in width, lie completely off the beaten path. The official record stops here. From the 17th century well into the 1960s, hundreds of horses worked deep underground, providing power for machinery and hauling salt. These animals, vital for transport and operating treadmills, often never saw daylight again. They were brought down through specially designed shafts, living out their entire 10 to 15-year lives in subterranean stables, deep within the mine's forgotten passages, enduring a life of perpetual darkness. The very last working horse was finally brought to the surface in 1980, marking the end of a long, arduous chapter. Miners, working by dim candlelight with basic picks and shovels, toiled for over 700 years until commercial salt extraction operations finally ceased in 1996. The breathtaking St. Kinga's Chapel, carved 101 meters down between 1895 and 1963, demonstrates profound faith and artistic skill, yet it directly opposes the grueling, isolating labor endured by the men and animals who brought it into being. And that's where the story changes. During World War II, from 1943 to 1944, the German occupation forces discovered these deeper, less used sections of the mine. They attempted to convert them into a clandestine armaments factory, part of the Lost Mark project. Machinery, including specialized lathes and components for aircraft engines, was transported underground into vast chambers like the Stanisław Staszic Chamber, which soars up to 36 meters high, 15 meters wide, and 12 meters long. Hundreds of Jewish prisoners were forced to construct the facility. The project was abruptly abandoned in 1945 as Soviet forces advanced, leaving a dark, industrial footprint of incomplete workshops and abandoned equipment. The German factory project, an attempt to weaponize the mine's hidden depths, is completely absent from the public narrative. Its deliberate omission hints at untold stories buried within the non-public levels. Look closer at the architecture. The entire mine is in a constant, silent battle against the relentless forces of nature. Geological fissures and cracks in the salt rock allow water to seep in, often saturated brine, threatening the structural integrity of the delicate salt formations. Without continuous, dedicated pumping and sealing efforts, managed by a team of highly specialized engineers and hydrologists operating daily in the deepest, unseen levels, the entire 245 kilometers of corridors would rapidly flood and collapse. This critical, ongoing battle requires the removal of tens of thousands of cubic meters of water annually. The seemingly static, unchanging image presented to you on the tourist route belies the dynamic, ongoing hydrological struggle and the immense preservation efforts that keep this vast subterranean city stable and accessible. But the evidence tells a different story. Beyond its ancient industry and current tourism, the mine serves a vital, modern medical function, a secret world of healing. Since 1964, the Wieliczka Salt Mine Health Resort has operated in specific underground chambers, offering a unique form of speleotherapy. Patients suffering from respiratory ailments such as asthma, allergies, and chronic bronchitis spend hours, or even weeks, in therapeutic environments like the Lake Wessel Chamber, located 135 meters below ground, or the specialized St. John's Chapel. The air here is exceptionally pure, free of pollutants and rich in sodium chloride, magnesium, and calcium ions, providing natural relief and demonstrating measurable improvements in lung function. The medical use occurs in controlled, deep chambers that are not part of the standard tourist experience, highlighting a utilitarian function far removed from historical preservation or public display. No explanation was ever given for the deeper workings. While commercial mining stopped, the deeper levels remain actively managed and are far from abandoned. A dedicated team of engineers, geologists, and conservationists continuously accesses the mine down to its maximum depth of 327 meters. They conduct exhaustive hydrological monitoring, stabilize old workings with specialized timber and rock bolting, and gather invaluable geological data about the salt formations. The term sealed for the public does not mean abandoned. It means intentionally restricted, maintained by a dedicated, silent workforce meticulously preserving the vast, unseen infrastructure, ensuring the integrity of the entire UNESCO site for reasons that extend beyond mere historical record. The existence of the nearby Bochnia Salt Mine, Poland's oldest, also with extensive, restricted underground networks and similar preservation challenges, further suggests a deliberate pattern of hidden subterranean management. Today, the Wieliczka Salt Mine operates as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a prominent health resort. Guided tours provide access to the upper, beautified levels, but a dedicated team of several hundred specialists navigates and maintains the remaining 245 kilometers of underground corridors. The Royal Salt Mines of Wieliczka and Bochnia were extended on the UNESCO list in 2013, signifying a global commitment to their ongoing preservation and revealing the interconnected nature of these deep, guarded spaces. Preservation efforts, including meticulous rock bolting, timbering of ancient passages, and backfilling with specialized salt paste, continue daily to stabilize the ancient workings, securing them against collapse and flooding. The publicly presented narrative offers breathtaking beauty, demonstrating human faith and ingenuity. But it glosses over the true, immense scale of the 9-level mine. It fails to explain why so much was built, why so much remains hidden from public view, or the exact details of the human and animal cost involved in its creation and maintenance. It doesn't acknowledge the constant, unseen struggle for its very survival against the natural world, or the modern, restricted operations that underpin its existence. The official story is a carefully curated and deliberately incomplete version of history, a narrative that obscures a deeper, more complex reality that exists just out of sight. Wieliczka is not alone. Across the world, ancient underground structures, from cities buried beneath modern street levels to vast, unexplored cave systems, hint at human ambition and hidden histories far beyond what is commonly known. The Wieliczka mine, with its map stopping at level 3, echoes countless other sites where the official narrative merely scratches the surface of what lies below, leaving the deeper, more complex truths to remain concealed. The mine is still there. Its vast depths remain an active, monitored secret. You can't go inside. Below the tourist routes, a hidden history of unseen labor and silent struggles continues to unfold. Below street level, the Wieliczka is not the only one.